Hello everyone and welcome to Mom Make Stuff, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make this flipping coaster. So let's get started without any further delay. These are 6 safety eyes which you will need to add on the Sid Face. So for making the flipping coaster, firstly we are going to use this brown color to make the base of the flipping coaster. So let's get started. Firstly, we're going to make a magic ring, and I'm going to wrap the yarn around my fingers like this and make a cross at the back and the parallel strands in the front, and then I'm going to insert my crochet hook from under the first one and over the second yarn, and then I'm going to pull up a loop and turn and twist the loop, and then I'm going to pull this loop and pass it through the loop on my hook, and my magic ring is done. Now I'm going to chain two. I'm going to yarn over and pull this through the loop on my crochet hook. Now I'm going to make 10 double crochets. So for making 10 double crochets, I'm going to yarn over, insert my crochet hook into the magic ring, and then I'm going to pull up a loop. I have 3 loops on my crochet hook, and now I'm going to yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops, and then I'm going to yarn over and pull through the next 2 loops. So this is my first double crochet. Now I'm going to make 9 more of these, and in total we need 10 double crochets. So after making 10 double crochets, I'm going to pull this loop and close the magic circle. And then I'm going to make a slip stitch. So in the first loop, I'm going to insert my crochet hook and pull up a loop. And then I'm going to pull this first loop out of the second one. And I'm going to chain two. I'm going to increase in second round, which means I'm going to make 2 double crochets in each stitch. So I'm going to yarn over and insert my crochet hook into the first stitch and repeat the same pattern. So we have made 2 double crochets into the same stitch, and now I'm going to repeat this in all the stitches. So once the second round is complete, now I'm going to chain 2, and now I'm going to make 1 double crochet into the very first stitch, and then 2 double crochet into the next, and then 1 in the other next. So I'm going to repeat this pattern. Once the round 3 is complete, now we're going to chain 2 and make 1 double crochet into the very next stitch. Then we're going to make an increase in the next one. After that, we're going to make 1 double crochet into the next 2. After making 2 double crochets into the next 2 stitches, I'm going to make an increase. And we're going to repeat the same pattern throughout. After completing round 4, I'm going to make the final round in which I'm going to make 1 double crochet into the next 3 stitches and then I'm going to make an increase. Three double crochets in the next stitches and then I'm going to make an increase. So our double crochet rounds are complete. Now we are going to make a finishing stitch, for which we are going to make reverse single crochets. So I will show you how to do that. We make single crochets like this, but we are going to make it reverse and we are going to make the single crochet in opposite direction. So I'm going to insert my crochet hook in the backward stitch in the previous stitch and pull up a loop and make a single crochet, and I'm going to repeat this in every stitch. Now we're going to make a slip stitch and cut off the yarn a little longer so we can leave it in and cut it off. I'm going to weave the ends in. Now we're going to make the face and arms. For the face, make a magic ring, and then I'm going to make 6 single crochets. For single crochet, we are going to insert our crochet hook into the magic ring, and we have 2 loops on our crochet hook. Pull up a loop. Now we are going to yarn over and pull through both 2 loops. So this is our first single crochet. We are going to make 5 more of these. And then I'm going to pull this loop to close the magic ring and make a slip stitch into the very first single crochet. Then I'm going to chain 1 and make 2 single crochets. I'm going to make an increase for the next round, so which means I'm going to make 2 single crochet into the same stitch, and I'm going to repeat this. So once we reach the end, I'm going to make a slip stitch, and then I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to make 1 single crochet and 1 increase into the next stitch, and I'm going to repeat this. Once you complete the round, we are going to make a slip stitch into the very first stitch, and then we are going to chain one. Then we are going to make two single crochets and one increase. After the fourth round, I'm going to chain one and make three single crochet and one increase into the next stitch. And slip stitch. So for the last round, we are going to make four single crochet and one increase. Four single crochet and one increase. And make a slip stitch. Once you're done with the 6 rounds, now we are going to make the mouth. Make the mouth, for which I'm going to chain one and then I'm going to make two single crochets, and then I'm going to turn my work. I'm going to fold this in half and make one single crochet into this opposite stitch. Then I'm going to make three single crochets. After making three single crochets, I'm going to turn my work again and make one single crochet into the next stitch, and then I'm going to make a slip stitch here and chain one. So now I have made this mouth closing. Now I'm going to make another single crochet round. We are going to make single crochets into the mount we just made. Chain 1. Make another round of single crochets. Then make a slip stitch and chain 1 and cut off the yarn. Now we are going to make one round of single crochet with this brown yarn. So I'm going to make a slip knot. After making a slip knot, I'm going to insert my crochet hook into the stitch and then pull the loop and chain 1. And then make one round of single crochet with the brown yarn. Once this round is done, I'm going to make a slip stitch and chain 1 and cut off the yarn. Now I'm going to weave this in and close the circle. So I'm going to pull this yarn thread, remaining thread from the front loop of the stitch, and I'm going to repeat this. And then I'm going to pull this, close the circle, and then weave in the end. So nose is complete. Now we are going to add eyes on the top. For that I'm going to insert my crochet hook into the third round here, and then I'm going to make a slip knot with this skin brown color. Make a slip knot. After making a slip knot, I'm going to insert it on the crochet hook and pull up a loop and then chain 2. After chaining 2, we are going to make 6 double crochets into the same stitch. So yarn over, insert my crochet hook into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. So I'm going to repeat this 5 more times. So yarn over, So after repeating it 6 times, I'm going to chain 1 and make a slip stitch into the same space and chain 1 and cut off the yarn. Weave in the end. I'm going to repeat this on the other side as well. We're going to make a slip knot and I'm going to insert it on my crochet hook and chain 2 and make 6 double crochets into the same stitch. Chain 1 and make a slip stitch into the same space. And chain 1 and cut off the yarn. I'm going to weave this in. Now we're going to make the eyes, inner part of the eyes with white and add teeth to the mouth. For the eye center, I'm going to make a magic ring with white. Then I'm going to make 6 single crochets. After making 6 single crochets, I'm going to pull this loop and close the magic ring and make a slip stitch and cut off the yarn. Weave the ends. Now add adhesive on the back of the white circle we made. And then we are going to attach it. Now add the black safety eyes into the center. Now we're going to add some teeth under the nose. So I'm going to insert my crochet hook in the brown part and make a knot with the white yarn. And then I'm going to insert it and chain 4. Make slip stitch into the 3 stitches. and make a slip stitch into the same stitch. Now make another slip stitch into the very next space. And chain 4. After chaining 4, make a slip stitch into the next 3 stitches. And make a slip stitch into the same space. Chain 1 and cut off the yarn. Now we are going to weave in the ends. This the face is complete. Now we are going to add hands and feet onto the coaster, flipping coaster. Now we're going to add hands and feet to the flipping coaster. And then I will show you how to stitch the whole thing. I'm going to make an imaginary cross onto the coaster. So this is the cross, imaginary cross. We are going to add the hands and feet to those crosses. So I'm going to make one hand here. So I'm going to insert my crochet hook. And I'm going to make a slip knot with the brown yarn. Insert the yarn on the crochet hook and pull up a loop. And then chain 7. After making 7, chaining 7, we are going to make slip stitch into the next 2 stitches. Then I'm going to chain 3. And make slip stitch into the next 2 stitches, 3 stitches. And slip stitch into the same space where we made the first slip stitch. We are going to repeat this once more. Chain 3, make slip stitch into the next 2 spaces, and the third one into the space where we made the rest of the stitches. Once it's done, we have now 4 slip stitches. After making the slip stitch, we are going to make the last slip stitch into the same space we added the yarn from. Slip stitch and chain 1 and cut off the yarn. So I have added the first one. So now I'm going to make the rest of them, add the rest of them to the opposite directions. One I'm going to add here, and the other one I'm going to add here, and the next one here. And then we will add the head in this area. So make the rest of them and I will meet you back. Okay, so after attaching the arms, now I'm going to weave the ends. I'm going to glue the ends. And cut the excess yarn off. After that, now I'm going to stitch the face. Now I'm going to stitch the face. cut off the yarn.